Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ignore the fact that my eyebrow looks so questionable right now and kind of botched because I draw them on, and also the fact that my eyelashes doesn't have any falsies on them because they've been delivered. Telling you guys about the time when me and my best friend not the hand, okay, let's ignore the hand. I'm gonna be telling you guys the story of when me and my best friend, like the same guy, and I went behind her back and lied about it. But it wasn't that serious because I didn't date him or anything. I just hung out with him but lied to her about it, as you're gonna find out later on in the story. This is my first time telling stories, so ignore if there's lots of fillers like and sort of. Anyways, so this all goes back to primary. Okay, I was the new immigrant kid. I was about 10. Okay, I was new and I was an immigrant and I didn't know how to speak English properly. So every single time I would speak English, they would mock my accent every single time, and they didn't do it outwardly to my face or anything. They didn't be like hi. They would do it behind my back but make it so obvious to the point I find out about it. And then because of that, I feel really like ashamed and I become really quiet. I become known as that weird quiet kid that speaks weird English basically. I come in year 6, right? Because everyone have already established a friend group, I have to friend group hop. Like I would go from one friend group to the other friend group to another friend group, and I feel like I don't belong anywhere because they would like exclude me because they already hang out with each other all primary, and I was that new weird immigrant kid or whatever, and they didn't want to hang out with me. But the teacher was like, oh, welcome Lynn to your friend group, make her feel welcome, whatever. And so I just, I was a little bit stubborn, so I just, you don't want me here, but I'm going to hang out with you anyway because I need to learn English, and in order to learn English I need to hang out with someone. Okay, 1 + 1 = 2. I need to hang out with somebody to learn English. So anyways, I will friend group hop, and then they would like ignore me. Okay, they wouldn't purposely ignore me, and one person in very particular, okay, I remember this distinctly. I still remember his name as well. So Liam, if you're watching, why do you bully me? You bullied me. He and his friends, Milan, if you're watching this, and he also went to my secondary as well, and I was his partner in history in year 11, so it's a full round circle, isn't it? Anyways, him and his friends, they would always mock my accent. Like whenever I speak, they would repeat stuff to me. Like I would say something like, hi guys, or hi, I'm Lynn, I'm new to the UK, and they would mock my accent, obviously, but they would do it in this high-pitched, annoying, childish voice. And honestly, at the time, I would just brush it off like whatever, right? Because I don't care. I don't care, but it kind of bothered me a little bit, I believe, because I would go home and I would think about it and I would question my own accent as to why did they mock me. Oh my god. But I didn't really mind because others were doing it anyway, so in a way I kind of got used to it, kind of got used to the mocking and stuff. But I still continue hanging out with everybody, friend group hops as always. But one day we were in a queue, lining up for PE in primary as we would, and then I was talking to someone, surprisingly. Okay, this is kind of cliche, but he, like the bully Liam, he would like push me, like shove me to the side. I don't know why. I think he was messing with Milan, his friends or something. I didn't think he did it on purpose, but he pushed me and he was like, get out loser, or something mean like that. I don't think he said loser, but for the purpose of this video I'm gonna make it dramatic because why not? Okay, he said something like, get out loser, I'm trying to play with my friends here, or you're in the way. And then this is where the cliche bits come in. Okay, this is where the cringy bit come in. And then like Prince Charming, my crush, well, me and my friend's crush, but she didn't know that I had a crush on him. And then I lied about it, obviously. Prince Charming come in. I still remember his name. He looks like a Prince Charming for real, like brown eyes, like really light brown eyes, not like dark brown eyes like mine, but brown hair, brown curly hair, like up here. If you're into that, you know. Okay, I'm into that kind of look, but I don't have curly hair personally. I think they're really gorgeous, but honestly, he looks really good. And it was love at first. Actually, it was obsession at first sight. I look at him, I land my eyes on him, and I was like, wow, why haven't I seen you before? Like, I go into that primary classroom, okay, I scan everyone's faces, I look at everyone's faces, and I didn't see him. I didn't see his cute face in the background up until this point, and I was so shocked that he would defend me. If it wasn't clear that he was defending me already, he was like, hey, stop it, at least not in that high pitch of a tone. Okay, it was like, hey, stop it. I was hooked, okay, I was hooked up to that point. And then every single time when I go into that classroom, I would scan for his face, and I would, sneak a glance here and there. Obviously, because I thought that he was really cute. And honestly, I wasn't ugly or anything, but I wasn't as cute as him, unfortunately. I surely didn't felt cute because I had that bold cut, right? Every Asian kid go through this phase where they have a bowl cut and the bowl was placed on their head, and then snip, you would get a chop house haircut. I don't think I have a picture from what I look like from primary, but sure enough, I look chopped. I think at the end of year 6, when we were having our school leavers and we were having some cake bake off or pastry bake off or something like that, he was there, I was there. Our parents, like my mom and his parents, meet each other, and I told my mom that, oh, I really like this guy, and she was like, oh, cool, what's his name? And I told her his name. I hope he doesn't watch this video, but Nick, if you're watching this, I really like you. I don't think he's going to watch this video anyway, or at least I hope he doesn't. It's been years, okay, it's been years, but it's just one of those memories where you cannot really forget, because he was my first UK crush. Or yeah, that's so cringe, but it was my first UK crush. My parents and his parents talked together, and I also got a chance to talk with him for a little bit. Like, I went the whole year without speaking to him, and then at the end found out that we were going to the same secondary together, and I was the happiest girl on the earth. I wanted to spend more time with him and maybe become his girlfriend, I don't know, but that didn't end up happening because I was too shy to confess. Back then, our standard was just a guy that's cute, he's nice, period, checkbox, boyfriend material. But now my standard was so much higher than that, because I think I'm cute now, or at least cuter than before. Fast forward to secondary, I think we were not business partner, but we were partner for one of the curriculums, cooking and product and design. Then that was great because we were spending so much time together, we only spent times like once a week, but I would look so forward to that Thursday lesson when we were cooking together. Like, I would cook and then he would wash the dishes, and then I would complain, but like I would say that his isn't good enough, and then he would have to wash it again. But basically it was really, really fun, and I love every single moment of it. Friends with this girl until secondary. I was kind of talking to her in primary, to be honest, I believe, but I wasn't technically friends with her in primary, so she wasn't my friend, so it doesn't count. But one day I found out that this girl likes him because the other girls, we were talking about it in PE dressing room while we were changing for PE. The other girls were like gossiping like how this girl likes Nick, and then she confessed that she likes him, and then he rejected her. Ooh, tea. It's kind of awkward because I don't know how we become friends. literally maybe because of our love for Nick, but that wasn't the case. She was a really nice human being, and he was really nice too. He was a really cute and nice person, and it's a shame he rejected her because she was a cute girl. Okay, we're on a topic of crushes, right? She ended up asking me, oh, who do I like? And do you know who the first person she mentioned was? About Nick, and do I like him or not? Obviously I said no. I was his friend at the time, right, until lockdown come in, and then I wasn't his friend anymore. And honestly, I was really sad because I was hoping we'd continue to become friends, but then he got moved up to a higher band than me, a higher classes than me, because he was smarter apparently. We weren't partners anymore, so that was kind of sad. But I lied to this girl that I like his best friend. She went through every single name of every single guy in our year, and she gets to his best friend's name, and I would say, yep, I like that guy. Because I knew we were close to the end of the options. Just like that, I like his best friend instead of him. And then, okay, this part is, you know, kind of silly now that I think about it, but I would lied about it, and then afterwards, like right after, 30 minutes after, I would feel really, really bad at the fact that I lied to her. And then I would run to her and I would say like, oh no, I lied. I would whisper in her ear like this, I lied, like Nick instead. And she just stood still. This was her reaction, right? This is her reaction. She heard it and she was like, why do you lied? Which honestly scared me a little bit, because this girl is the happy dappy girl. She's the happiest girl I've ever seen, okay? She's always smiling, she's always nice, she's always kind, and then suddenly she just did a 180 on me, and she was like, why do you lied? And honestly, we kind of drifted apart after that, which was depressing. We still continued to talk to each other, but honestly, I feel like the vibe was different because I lied to her and that broke her trust. So the moral of the story is, just don't lie, guys. Honestly, it's not really worth it. I feel really awkward now that I think about it. I wish I could go back and change it or something, but I can't, because she moved year 10, so I never have a chance to really apologize. And honestly, I'm kind of an avoidance, and I'm so scared of apologizing for some reason, which is so stupid and immature of me. But you know, that's the time when me and my best friend met the same guy, and I ended up lying about it, which I really shouldn't have. I did anyway. That's it, guys. I don't have anything else to say. That was just a silly story. See you guys next time. Bye.